You take it away.
Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and especially Bright. What a wonderful speech you gave us this morning. We especially like the heartwarming story that you gave us today. It's just like it was 10 years ago. I do remember the speech that you gave back then, and it was just as good this time. The things that you asked me were about, especially with the pacing, and that was really well done. We really enjoyed the pacing of it. You were slow, you spoke slowly and deliberately. And I also like the pauses that you gave. You gave a pause directly after you mentioned about your stepfather and how he turned down that opportunity that he had. You also asked me to look for exaggerations, and you did when you were describing your stepmother. That was well exaggerated. And your vocal variety was outstanding. Another thing you asked me to look for was gestures, and the fact that you were standing up helped make you amenable to using gestures. Especially I liked what you held up 3 fingers for the number 3, and you made sure to raise your hands when you were talking about aspiring to move upward. So there are many gestures. And I like the use of the themes, you know, the 3 things that you mentioned as the themes. So those went really well. One thing that you want to look at is that, you know, you did go over the allotted time. And one thing to keep in mind is that when we're giving a speech, sometimes the timing takes longer than when we practice it, because I notice a lot of times you're looking at the audience and you might take a second to absorb the feedback. Even when we're on the meeting, you can still see us in our little boxes. So you want to account for that when you're rehearsing it, to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to account for that, and even audience verbal reaction as well. Overall, it was, again, a heartwarming speech. You met your objectives as far as pacing, exaggeration, and gestures. And we look forward to your doing the speech over again to get credit for the next part of the project. Over to you, Madam Master Evaluator.
Thank you, Ron. Now to evaluate